Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shafiqa Binti Shazili. So today I would like to present about my research as titled as Antifungal Properties of Garlic Against Fruit Spoilage Fungi from Harum Manis. And I am under supervision of Sir Muhammad Shukri bin Azman. So this is the component that I would like to talk today, which is introduction, literature review, methodology, result and discussion, and also the conclusion. So let's start with the research background. Fruit are well known with various benefits. However, many fungus cause rotting, rapid ripening, and the production of mycotoxin in some situations. Aspergillus, Corythotrichum, and Fusarium is species that common spoilage on various types of fruits. Due to these problems, traditional chemical fungicides such as imizazil and fludiazonil are widely used in conventional horticulture. However, the long-term use of these chemicals causing significant issue to environment, human, and also to animal. Following this issue, plant extract and other natural compounds are getting interest as eco-friendly fungicide, and one of it is garlic. The bulk of garlic have been used as antimicrobial, antiseptic, and antihelminthic agent due to organosulfur compound known as allicin. Next, problem statement. The study to antifungi against fruit fungi still limited, even though around 45% of harvested fruit was wasted each year, and the ongoing use of chemical fungicide progressively caused serious complications to human health and also environment damage. Significant study to increase publication on research paper about antifungal properties of garlic against spoilage fungi, especially on Harum Manis, to find an eco-friendly alternative to against fungi growth, and also to increase an evidence and reveal a safer side of using organic remedy as antifungal agent. The objective of this study is to evaluate the antifungal properties of garlic against Harum Manis, spoilage fungi using different type of extraction by agar-well diffusion method, and also to isolate and identify fungi or infected Harum Manis. Allium sativum or garlic are from Amaryllidaceae family with only 2 feet height plant with blade-like leaf. Allium sativum bulb are grown in loamy soil. Garlic clove contain up to 20 edible part covered with membrane skin. These white, green, pinkish bulbs are easily to cut or smash and has a unique flavor. Garlic originally come from Central Asia, and it been popular around the world as cooking ingredient and medical purpose since 1000 years ago. Antimicrobial properties of Allium sativum. Allicin is a compound that responsible as antimicrobial agent when fresh garlic bulb being cut or crushed. Different extract methods such as fresh, dry, and also steam distilled of garlic contain different amount of allicin can again on various microbes. Pasteur and Lehmann provide first scientific evidence for medication and antibacterial use of garlic, and since then, many research has proved its value on antimicrobial properties against various species of bacteria, viruses, and also fungus. In one research, proved that garlic was more effective than nystatin in inhibit the development of fungi include dermophyte, yeast, aspergillus, and also penicillium species. More than 3,000 papers has been published on the biology effect of garlic within 1960 to 2007, emphasized on cardiovascular, anti-aging, and also anti-cancer. Diet trisulfate is a component that have a good effect to fight cancer. Taking garlic also help in fat metabolism, reducing cholesterol, and protect blood vessels. However, garlic also can cause bad effect to the people who allergic to it, have a liver and kidney problem, and also bleeding disorder. Next, bioactive compound and phytochemical. Generally, garlic contain water, carbohydrate, organosulfur compound, protein, free amino acid, and fiber with different amount. Allicin can be obtained after crush the garlic bulb and is highly unstable, reactive, and sensitive to temperature. Besides, this compound also responsible for garlic scent. Saponin also responsible for variety of pharmacological activity in plants, and also it more stable compared to other compound. Next, let's move to 2.2 fungi. Fungi generally has 4 phylum, which is Cytridomycota, Zygomycota, Ascomycota, and also Basidomycota. All fungi type has its asexual and sexual reproduction in different stage in each phylum. Here is the description about the phyla of each fungi. Fruit spoilage fungi. Most of fruit is susceptible to many pathogens that degrade fruit quality and also quantity. This is due to favorable conditions that enhance the growth of fungi. Alternaria, Aspergillus, Botrytis, Colletotrichum, Fusarium and Penicillium is the most fungi that cause problem on fruit during and after harvest. Here is the description about a spoilage fungi. Common isolated fruit fungi from mangoes. Mangifera indica Lin belong to Anacardiaceae family and Sapidales order with delicious taste, sweet fragrance and beautiful appearance. However, these fruit are susceptible to post-harvest and stem and root disease which can affect fruit quality and quantity. Here is some evidence from previous study about the isolated fruit fungi from mangoes. Sample collection. The harum manis mango was collected from your ITM mango farm and fresh garlic was purchased at the Arau market. Second step is plant extraction. 100 grams of clean garlic was grated finely and soaked with 200 ml of distilled water in conical flask. The conical flask was covered with aluminium foil and sealed with parafilm to avoid any light penetrating, and it shake at 170 rpm for 24 hours. After 24 hours, the supernatant was filtered using Workman No. 1 filter paper and centrifuge at 3500 rpm for 15 minutes. The same step were repeated using ethanol and also methanol. The fungal isolation was conducted under sterile environment. Fungal isolation and identification. The outer skin of harum manis with symptomatic were cut and excess edible part will be scraped and removed using sterile scalpel. The clean skin was disinfected using 10% of Clorox and pat dry using kitchen towel. The disinfected skin was placed on potato dactylus agar PDA media and incubated in 28 degrees Celsius for 7 to 14 days. An active mycelium were cut using 5 mm diameter of cork borer or scalpel to obtain the pure fungi. After 12 days of incubation, developing mycelium was looked and observed the spore morphology under 400 magnification. The antifungal properties test also conducted under the sterile condition. The pure culture were flooded with 10 ml of sterile distilled water and scraped gently using spatula to wet the surface of fungal growth. The spore suspension was filtered using muslin cloth, fabric and 10 microliter of the spore suspension was placed on the hemocytometer slide to determine the standard spore concentration. The spore suspension then swabbed on the PDA media using sterile cotton swab. Next, the well was made by using 5 mm cork borer at approximately equal distance. 15 microliter of extract with different concentration was suspended into the agar well and the plate was incubated for 48 hours at 28 degrees Celsius. The diameter in millimeter of inhibition zone were recorded after 48 hours. Lastly is the statistical analysis. The mean and the standard deviation of 3 replicate was calculated and one-way ANOVA and post-hoc Tukey were analysed between solvent and concentration in SPSS. First, let's take a look on the fungal isolation. So in this study, 2 species successfully isolated from symptomatic mango. First, isolate named as RH1B, and here is the morphology of the fungi. This isolate was suspected to be an Aspergillus species. Based on previous study by Hassan and Zainuddin 2018, they excellently isolate Aspergillus species on PDA and this morphology observation coincidentally same as current study. According to An-Najada and Al-Zubair, successfully isolate Aspergillus flavus, Aspergillus niger and also Penicillium species from infected mangoes. Author also added that Aspergillus species was identified to be widely infect various species of mango with brown circular spot and enlarged to form darker lesion symptom. Additionally, only this species was chosen for antifungal test due to its ability to produce large quantity of spore, fast growing and also less sensitive compared to RH2W. Second isolate name is as RH2W. And here is the morphology of this species. The isolate suspected to be Colletotrichum species based on morphological identification between previous study and also the current study. Zainuddin and Sata successfully isolated a total of 33 isolate of Colletotrichum species. They also furthered the study by divide into two different groups, where one of the group, morphotype 1, share a same morphology as current study, while morphotype 2 produced orange mass of mycela with round and pointed conidia. Moreover, Colletotrichum species also cause anthracnose with dark brown sunken spot to large chlorotic and form necrotic on fruit surface. The antifungal properties test result was summarized in this table. The data show all garlic extract was effective against the putative aspergillus. The final spore concentration of aspergillus is 1.5 times 10 to the power of 6. The results show that the garlic extract with distilled water has a greater inhibition zone with 35.17 mm, followed by methanol and ethanol with 35.68 mm and also 34.5 mm respectively. In addition, the minimum inhibitory concentration MIC of distilled water and methanol extract was at 10%, with inhibition zone of 15.17 mm and 6.5 mm respectively, while for ethanol extract was at 25% concentration with 70.17 mm after 3 replicate. Next, this table shows the pairwise comparison between the solvent on 25% of concentration based on the estimate marginal mean, which indicate P is less than or equal to 0.05. Only at this concentration, the P value is significant between the solvent and concentration, while other concentration was PE is equal or greater than 0.05, and this indicates that the result is not significant. To previous study, the MIC of fresh distilled water and ethanol extract of garlic on Aspergillus nidolen and Penicillium niger was at 10 gram per ml with 9.67 mm and 8.67 mm of inhibition zone respectively. In addition, the inhibition zone of a methanolic extract of garlic against Aspergillus niger was 40 mm. Moreover, previous studies state that garlic extract is more effective than nystatin in delay the growth of Aspergillus and Penicillium species, which similar to current study. Besides, this study is also contrast with previous study by Dai Siga and Akani 2050, where the significant difference between the distilled water in ethanol extract with 10% to 40% of concentration of the growth of Aspergillus nidolen by using same method with current study. However, the difference of inhibition zone on MIC value between previous and present study could be different due to varies in the garlic preparation. As for the conclusion, through this study, it can be concluded that one type of fruit can be infected with different species of fungi. As for this study, RH1B and RH2W was successfully isolated from infected harum manis. However, the growth of fungi on fruit can be treated using different treatment. This can show by achieving the aim of the study where garlic has antifungal properties against isolated fungi which suspected to be Aspergillus species. Here is the reference for this presentation. And thank you.